like 5 people are gonna see this. I want to feel like I put the final nail in the coffin so we can shut up about it. Why are protein recommendations all over the place? The FDA has a number, the bros have other numbers. Some people are doing fine with numbers that seem low. Some people seem like they literally just eat protein and nothing else. What's up with that? So first, I'm going to try to explain, one, why this happened, like why it seems so confusing. And then I want to try to just put the final nail in the coffin, and we're going to shut up about it, okay? So first, there are different numbers for different needs and for different people. So for example, the FDA recommends, it depends on your age and sex, but around 50 grams of protein per day for adults. You've probably heard wildly different numbers related to strength training. So that FDA recommendation of 50 grams is for just regular old people who are not athletes, not doing strength training, etc. Your body needs protein, specifically amino acids, to do all sorts of stuff unrelated to muscle building. But even though we know, okay, your muscle building, you need more protein, even in that world, the numbers are all over the place. And then you go in and throw complications like maybe diabetes or organ issues or other health concerns that add other layers. All those factors I mentioned come in, your size, what activities you're doing, genetics, and that brings me to point number 2. These measurements are super muddled. So even if we had a really nice, like, strong recommendation, it's like this game of telephone. So you'll hear like 0.7 grams to 1.9 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and outside those numbers you'll hear like 1 to 1.3 grams of protein per pound of lean body weight. So now we're mixing pounds and grams. That's great. And that mixing of grams and pounds also is confusing because then people will leave out the lean body weight part. For example, I'm a 5'3.5" female. When I was 220 pounds, if I had been eating 220 grams of protein, that would have been ridiculous. So I based my intake off of my lean body weight. That would go for anyone who has obesity or a higher body fat percentage. And number 3 is that the new research is happening all the time, and it's not perfect. If you didn't hear all the protein talk at the end of 2024 from some new meta-analysis, I am so jealous of your life. The trouble here is that these studies are all over the place. So, using different populations, have different methods, have different purposes. So every time a new recommendation comes out and people are talking about it, that's yet another thing to get confused about. There's no perfect study, and I'm sure some nerds out there would love to just design some sort of perfect protein needs for muscle building study. Are you gonna help? Are you helping? And then sometimes, a study might say like X grams of protein, but it was only with untrained individuals who are probably going to grow muscle no matter what. What's happening? Or they're looking at like males who are athletes but not strength training necessarily, or the thing that just is always happening, which is where you tell group A to eat this and group B to eat this, and a lot of people from this group don't actually do it, a lot of people from this group don't actually do it, and then the results are all kind of messed up because humans. So that's why you hear so many different numbers even when you're just talking about strength training. So my number 1 tip, can I help you? My number 1 tip is don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. As long as you're in the range, generally speaking, most days of like a gram per body weight of lean mass, and you're seeing progress in the gym, and you're meeting your goals, and you feel good, you're probably fine. If you have a pretty low body fat percentage for your sex, just use that gram per pound. If you have obesity or a higher body fat percentage, use some online calculator to figure out your lean body mass and use that. It's just not worth sweating about. If you're getting to a point where you need to be really, really accurate because you're competing and winning like money and prizes, you probably have a sports nutritionist anyway, and then you still don't have to worry about it because you can just do what they tell you to do. And don't you go spending money on all these bullshit protein supplements. If you can't get your protein needs met from your diet, maybe you have a low appetite or you need like just a really high caloric intake, use a basic no frills protein powder that you like. I use protein powder because I have a pretty low appetite most of the time. But all these other protein things are like not even real. Like, I would rather have a modest slice of delicious cake and half a protein shake than have a tiny little like protein cookie that only has like 10 grams of protein anyway, and somehow it tastes like wet cardboard and dry sand mixed together as the only ingredients, and then you didn't get that much out of it. What's the point? Like, stop spending money on this stuff. And not to even mention how unregulated the supplement industry is. Like, I would like to limit my intake of unregulated things, especially these days. So I hope that helps. This is it. I don't want to hear anymore. I've said it. I've decided it. I'm clearly an authority on this matter, me with my 7 YouTube subscribers. And I just don't want to hear about it anymore. I don't want to hear about the protein anymore. You eat enough. You met your goals. That's done. We're done here. Bye. I'm Jess. I am a certified personal trainer. My company is called Lavender Lifting, named after Lavender Menace. I meant to wear my Lavender Menace shirt today, but I forgot, but I am wearing my Curls for the Girls. I offer virtual training plans, as well as if you're in the Chicago area, we can do in-person sessions as well. And coming up soon in February, I'm co-hosting with another trainer, squat, bench, and deadlift free intro sessions for women. And I will put a link in the description for that. Thanks.